Nikola Jokic is adding more triple-doubles to his name, and he's looking even better than before. Will the Nuggets win back-to-back titles this year? Welcome back to Hoop Vision, a basketball hub for true fans of the game. Getting triple-doubles is one of the hardest things to do on the court, so every time we see these players achieve them, we make a big deal out of it, because it is. But how does that reflect on the rest of the team? And do triple-doubles always translate to winning more? To get those answers, let's dive straight into basketball. The start of this season has been crazy. Players whom we've expected to shine are doing an amazing job of putting up some big numbers. Curry is still going strong at 35, Luka is doing his thing once again, and Boston is clicking on all cylinders. However, that one guy everyone's talking about the most is Mr. reigning champion himself, Nikola Jokic. At one moment during the game against the Pelicans, Nikola found Colin Gillespie for the three-pointer, recording his 10th assist of the night and breaking another personal record of his. The Joker was amazing with 35 points, 12 assists, and 14 rebounds. This was his 108th regular season triple-double, launching him into a very exclusive club. He is sharing the 4th spot with none other than Jason Kidd and LeBron James, trailing behind Magic Johnson by 30, who's in place number 3. 16 of his total 124 career triple-doubles came from the playoffs, while 48 of those were recorded in games played on the road. Nikola is truly one of a kind, and it's just crazy when you hear some of the TV talks diminishing his accomplishments and what he's done for the game. Another crazy stat is he owns the record for the fastest triple-double ever recorded. Nikola was able to contribute 16 points, 12 assists, and 11 rebounds within 14 minutes and 33 seconds, breaking Jim Tucker's record that was up there since 1955. And yet, despite all of this, there are still some analysts talking negatively about the Joker. The biggest absurdity was Kendrick Perkins saying Nikola got one of his MVPs because he's white. What? Kevin Love is white, Pau Gasol is white, Brian Scalabrine is white. Despite being white, these great players never won a single MVP, and that had nothing to do with the color of their skin. Anyway, if we ignore some of the negative buzz about the Joker, the main question is, what his triple-doubles mean for the Nuggets? The answer is what you probably already know. They're invaluable, but you probably didn't know how much. Here's some details that show Denver is a different team without Nikola. So far in his career, the Joker has had to miss the total of 41 games due to injuries, illness, or other reasons. That leaves the Nuggets with a 16-25 record with 0 minutes with him on the floor. That's not even a 500 ratio if you extend the sample to an entire season. Stretched out to 82 games, that record would leave them at 32-50, which is not enough to even think about the playoffs in the West. For comparison, the Blazers had the most similar record of 33-49, just enough to end up 13th in the conference. In fact, that's where Denver was ending the season before Jokic was drafted. Once he was on board, they could climb a bit each year, but would miss the playoffs in his first 2 seasons. Then, in 2018 and 19, they ended the regular part of the season as the 2nd seed, and the rest is history. The Joker doesn't just bring numbers to the table, but also that hardcore winning mentality. His face might force you to think he doesn't care about the game that much, but appearances can be deceiving. His lack of emotional reactions is due to being an absolute cold-blooded killer on the court. In his words, speaking of numbers, triple-doubles are impressive, but sometimes players can hurt the team to get their stat sheets full. That's not the case with the Joker. In fact, he makes it seem so easy, it's actually confusing. There are still players talking about him on different podcasts, not being able to give an answer on how he actually does his thing. It's like he's not even trying, and then ends up with a triple-double. Obviously, assists are the hardest triple-double column to get, so when players are chasing them, they force some out-of-place passes instead of taking open shots, and so on. Nikola's triple-doubles feel so smooth that in several occasions, he was called the Nuggets' de facto point guard. The 10 points part is not so hard for a scorer like he is. 10 rebounds are what also seems standard for the NBA big man. It's the assists that make you scratch your head and ask yourself, how is this giant doing it? And speaking of points, it's not like he barely makes the limit. His triple-doubles usually come with 20 plus or 30 plus points, so Nikola's impact on the team is insane. Let's imagine none of his assists lead to 3-pointers. That's 20 easy points coming from your center passing the ball around. Coach Malone has stated numerous times that working with him is a once-in-a-career coaching experience, and Nikola continues to show us why. The top of the triple-double mountain might be far for the Joker, but unattainable. In the 16 and 17 season, Jokic started with 6 of them, and their number increased each year by a respectable margin. Not only did he have a lower number of triple-doubles than in the previous season, so if we are to judge by the 29 from the last one, he'll probably surpass Magic Johnson this year, who's 3rd with 138 of them. After that, the climb may be tough, but more than possible. Oscar Robertson is 2nd with 181, and the number 1 spot is cemented by Mr. Triple-Double himself, Russell Westbrook, who has an amazing stat of 109 98 of them. We all remember those monster seasons from Russ when he would absolutely dominate the stat sheet, but unlike Nikola, was criticized for lack of efficiency on several occasions, and some really bad in-game decisions to fill up the sheet. Just for comparison, when Russ had his first triple-double season in 16 and 17, OKC took the 5th seed with a 47 and 35 record. Again, in the 17 and 18 season, they were 4th with almost the same record of 48 and 34. Now, imagine what the Nuggets would look like if Nikola was taking the same number of shots as Westbrook did in those 2 seasons. How would the Western Conference look like if the Joker was averaging a triple-double for 2 straight years? Not that we're taking anything away from Russ, but at one point, it was obvious he was chasing the record, while Jokic looks like he's playing a pickup game with his buddies after school, which is why his triple-doubles don't seem forced at all and are much more likely to result in more championships. If we assume Nikola will continue having triple-doubles at the same pace, it will roughly take him 3 seasons to catch up with Robertson, and 4, maybe 5 seasons to take over Westbrook's spot. Fair play to Russ, as he's still an active player, but his best days are way behind him, so it's questionable how many triple-doubles he can pull off before the end of his career. Now, it's also worth noting that Russ isn't the leader of the pack anymore, so it's not like it's only his fault for not being able to produce triple-doubles anymore. Chemistry plays a big role, and Denver is a prime example of that. One of the reasons why their squad is so dominant is that it consists of so much talent, but the other side of that coin is their friendship. Murray and Jokic are like brothers, and it's not so often you'll see NBA players go to a small town in Serbia to visit their teammate instead of using that time to party somewhere on a boat. Many loaded teams failed because their stars were unable to bond with each other, and Denver has no such issues. Joker trusts his teammates, and they know his patterns and he knows theirs as well, so sometimes it feels like watching an orchestra led by a 7-foot-tall conductor. It's hard to tell how many more triple-doubles the reigning champion will record this year. If Nikola and the Nuggets maintain good chemistry, the rest of the league will have a tough task in stopping them from going all the way once again. That's it for today, dear friends. If you have a prediction about Joker's triple-doubles and Denver's chances for a repeat, make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. Since the NBA season has started, there will be plenty of new takes, news, and NBA stories, so make sure not to miss them by hitting the subscribe button. Until next time.